What's good, everybody? This is your boy, Anthony Blake Jr., back with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. Back to let you guys know what's going on with me. What happened in Week 17? What's going to be going on in Week 18? What's going to be happening after Week 18 and in the off season? So, here to let you guys know about that. I'm glad you're watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you press like. You can press like while I'm running my mouth. And then, stop me from going on tangents, because if you don't press likes, I'm going to start going on my tangents. Y'all know I like to run my mouth too much. But nevertheless, here go the updates of what happened in Team 1, which was the 12-team standard scoring league called Fly Like an Eagle. It's all based on its best record. So it's whoever finishes first, second, third, whatever the case may be. And you play up through Week 18. I know a lot of leagues aren't like this, because a lot of leagues are like, oh, we want playoffs and oh this and oh that. I have my own take on that. I want to be more like, we wanted to be more like regular football. I've heard a lot of excuses. And here's the thing about fantasy football. The beauty of fantasy football, it can be played in many different ways. It can be played standard league, PPR league, half-point scoring, 14, 16-man leagues, 8-man leagues, tight end premium leagues, multiple quarterback leagues, super flex. It all depends what the people want to play. So I don't like when people say, oh, get kickers out of your league and all this type of nonsense. Man, look, let these people play how they want to play. Do I have a preference? Yes. So I know people are going to be like, oh, just playing without playoffs, that's ancient. But nevertheless, I believe it still has its place among certain competitors, And in this particular league, the Fly Like an Eagle league that was established in 2001, we can only do waivers once a week. Waivers on the process once a week. And we also play with IDPs, so you got to have 3 IDPs. And out of you can only have 2 rounds of waivers. So check it out. If you got you got to start a quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, kicker, defense, 3 defensive personnel, and kicker to defense. If I didn't say that already, you got a lot to manage, and you only have 2 slots. So guess what? You can't just prepare for the next upcoming week. You got to prepare for weeks down the road. You got to prioritize things. So in a way, that kind of bit me, because as most people that may be looking at this video may know, I'm a running back type of a guy. I'm a running back hoarder. You know what I'm saying? I like to grab all the running backs, because I don't want nobody to have, the league winning running backs and stuff, and I'd rather have. But I hit a lot of times, and I miss sometimes as well. And it costs me, and sometimes it has. Nevertheless, I'm about to start ranting, so let me get to say what I'm talking about. I was on a bit of a 2-game slid start on week 15, which was that Tom Brady horrendous week. We had 9 points, and all those receivers got hurt. Fournette got hurt. He had 9 points, and I lost by 0.2. It was just so much happening that weekend. I had 2 wide receivers playing, because I think it was Lockett caught COVID, and I couldn't play 3 wide receivers, because I didn't have many wide receivers on my team. Mind you, all of that, and I lost by 0.2. I believe it was Lockett that didn't play. But nevertheless, I feel like I like that word, nevertheless. It's probably in my top 5 by now. But it is what it is. I lost by 0.2. Sucked, too. Sucked. It really sucked. I scored a little bit of points. Crushed me. Many things went wrong there. I traded Claypool because I had Elijah Moore. So I felt confident in that. And then as soon as I traded him, Elijah Moore went down with the quad, never came back, so it just left me high and dry, because we had these strict rules to where you could only pick up a guy that had COVID only if you had one of the positions. So let's say you had a tight end, let's say you had Fairmouth, and let's say he had COVID. You can choose to drop, even after waivers, you can choose to drop Fairmouth and pick up another tight end. But if you had 2 tight ends, that means you couldn't do that. Even if that tight end, let's say, played Thursday and Fairmouth caught COVID on Friday, you still have 2 tight ends. And it's just unfortunate, and we didn't bend the rules on that. It just forces you to manage. I know a lot of people may not like that, and I got the crappy end of the stick a couple times, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, you win some, you lose some. But the people that's in my league, even though they know it may suck, they enjoy the aspect of the challenge. And that's the beauty of Fly Like an Eagle Fantasy Football League. Nevertheless, there go again. Enough of that. Let's get to the juice of the story. I was on a 2-game skid from week 15 to week 17 in League 1. But your boy pulled out a victory week 17. And let me tell you, I was worried for a minute, but ended up getting the W. So, and then the person, because I moved down to third place, and my rival, a.k.a. Champnificent, he ended up piggybacking to second place, and the guy that was in first place was still in first place. Mind you, this goes all the way through this week 18, and here's the standings here. Oh, the standings. Get in the picture. 12-5. Cable guy, that's my cousin. Got a freaking beast team. He got the Cincinnati quarterback, Cincinnati wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, Debo. Who else? Yeah, Mixon and some other clowns. But yeah, he got his pretty stacked team. Good for him. It didn't look good at first. But Mixon and, your old boy from Tampa that got hurt for the year, but he's able to get some backups in there. Mixon and Fournette. Just got a stud team. There's me in second. Got the W1 streak back on. Champnificent, he lost last week. And it scrolls all the way down to the bottom. Week 17, I played this gentleman, a pimp named Slipback. He 9-8. He had Patrick Mahomes last night or yesterday, scored 30 points on me. But I got Josh, and he should do well. I'm trying to make sure he don't reach 500 and make sure I ensure myself second place. I'm not going to be able to, even if the first guy loses, Cable guy was his team name, even if he loses, because it goes by record and points, get out of there. Even if he loses, he's not going to lose because look at his points. Points 4, 22, 57. So even if he has 6 losses and I win, he has actually 140, 100, almost 100, 150 some points more than I do. And there's no kind of way I'm going to make up for that, even if he does lose and I win. I'm not going to score more than 150 points for him. So he pretty much locked the championship last week, and he's 2021's Fly Like an Eagle fantasy football champion. Actually, he's a 2-time winner, and he's the third multiple winning champion. I was the first with 4 championships. I was the first one, and Champnificent was second multiple. He has 3 championships. That's why I was so glad he lost last week, because he and Champnificent and Cable Guy played this week. So I was glad that he lost, because they would have been essentially playing for the championship and having the same record. Yeah. So I'm going to show you the weekly results. Like I said, it was a good game. And Dawson Knox ain't do jack for me that way. But if you look, you see the profit 2021, 140 to 136. Now that was closer, you could tell, right? I thought I was cake mix. I thought I was done. Put me in the oven and watch me rise. Watch that dough rise. But at least see, Tom Brady came down with a 33. I put Dylan in the lineup here, 21. This is standard scoring. Jonathan Taylor, 19.4. Look at DK. I wasn't finna bench DK. Osborne had 11, and Tyler Lockett had 9. So that's what I kind of expected out of those two wide receivers, Seattle, Lockett, and Metcalf. I expected them to do those type of things, like one really pop and then one have a good standard scoring game. Dawson Knox with the 0. Tyler Bass didn't do nothing with 3. He been cooling down. Was a snow game, too. Jeffrey Simmons, 1. I cut his behind this week. Singleton, I got rid of him because he got COVID. Buda Baker. Buccaneers defense had 5. And let me say what my opponent had. Matthew Stafford, Kamara, Darrell Williams had 23. McLaurin, Mooney, Mike Williams, Uzama. Mason Crosby's kicking the heck out of the ball, scored 13 in Chargers defense. But I got by him by 4. Very happy, very fortunate for that. So, firmly entrenched in the second place. I want to say firmly entrenched. I still got to win. And make sure I put up a decent amount of points so nobody leaks for me and have a big week. But I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. So, with team number 2, it's looking like I'm going to be in second place. Hopefully, last for second place. All right, now here you go, team number 2, everybody. I know everybody's waiting. Team number 2, the Sky's the Limit League. At the end of the day, I'm going to just show you better than I can tell you. Well, I had it in the picture, so give me one hot second here. Week 16, I remember I had the bye week in week 15, right? I had the bye week in this league because I was the second seed. I was the second seed, that's number 2. And so I had the bye week, first and second seed, get the bye week. And let me just tell you like this. Week 16 came out, beat my opponent. I think I scored like 150 points to, I don't know, whatever it was, 110, 115. And I felt some type of way because I scored 150 points. Normally when somebody scores 150 points, like I'll get ready to play them the upcoming week, and they blow up and they have 150, 60 points, I'd be like, whew, I'm glad you got that out the way. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, because normally chances are they're not going to blow up like that again. And let me show you what went down. So, the quarterbacks went as this. I'm going to cover this up a little bit, so maybe we can have some context to this. I was going against Pat Mahomes last week, week 17. Yeah, on the championship week. And Pat Mahomes scored 26. Josh Allen scored 24.7. Even with those 3 turnovers, trash-ass game. Chubb didn't do nothing. Antonio Brown quit halfway. Keenan Allen scored for him. Aaron Jones scored 13.9. I did play Mooney as my wide receiver 2, because you play 2 wide receivers in this league. As my wide receiver 2, I played him over Pittman, and that was a good play. But Kupp did me in with an 18. Everett had 5 and played against Andrews. Patterson let me down. You know, he just hit the wall. I was trying to find a way to put A.J. Dillon in there, but I just felt that Atlanta was going to be behind and needed to use them, and they just didn't. Singletary with the 25. Where the hell did that come from? I thought he'd have a good game, like 14, 15, but he tacked on another one. And I also played Boston Scott as my flex, because I knew that was a good play as well. And Bass with the 3. Another damn 3. So he scored 3 freaking week 16 too. Week 17. And Patriots defense against Jacksonville gave 11. So I think I had my bench down here. Let me show you the benches that I played. Yeah, see, I benched Dillon. I was trying to find a way to put him in the lineup. Having that 22 there hurt, but not really that much. Not much on the bench. He had Ogualuado there, and I benched Pittman, Eagles defense, and this and that. Well, since I haven't seen showing you all that, I don't know if y'all seen the scores or everything else, but this was the final score. Boom. Week 17, 132 to 102. Team Profit caught the L in the championship game. Team Profit, second place. And that's what went down in Sky's the Limit Fantasy Football Team league. I'm not ashamed of that. It's my first time in that league. You know, the first prize was $650. Second prize was $350. They already shot that to me. Already put that in the pocketbook real quick. But I don't play for fantasy football for money. I play it for prestige. You know, so an honor, so to speak. But at first, I was kind of aggravated with the league because of how they handle their chat. You know, but I adjusted to that. And once you get to knowing their little things and how they do, it's not a bad league. You know, it's a bunch of trading whores in there. You know, it's like, so, and they kind of somewhat know each other, but they're still competitive enough to where they don't completely sabotage it and, you know, and wreck the league. Let's say, for instance, one dude that didn't make the playoffs, or maybe he made the playoffs and got kicked out the first week when I was on bye. He played, mind you, this was his team going into the playoffs. He had Kamara, Cook, mind you, it's 12-man league. Kamara, Cook, and Saquon Barkley. How in the hell is that possible? Now, granted, Saquon Barkley ain't nobody, but how the hell do you have 3 first-round running backs on your team? That shows how much they trade and they finesse around. But fantasy guys don't like that because dude didn't even make it past the first round of the playoffs. So that's what's been going down. And check it out. Not gonna hold y'all no more. It seems like I'm in second place currently in the first league, Fly Like an Eagle League. Finished second place in the playoff second league. And, you know, whenever that playoff started at the Megala Bowl in the fantasy football is when it was like 15,000 players, but it was like a whole bunch of 12-man leagues. When the playoffs started there, I was in second place there as well, if y'all remember that from week 13, well, week 12, because I started showing my lineups, my stuff, my team starting week 10, I believe. So, you know, I had won like 5 games straight or something like that. So it seems like that second place has been pretty damn consistent, although we don't play for second place. But it just goes to show you that my viewpoints in certain people and being able to establish and build a team to win is on point. If I can sit up here and all 3 of my teams finished in second place or was in second place when the playoffs start, either way, you know. So look, the proof's in the pudding. I showed you with my own efforts. I showed you guys. So it could have easily bounced one way or the other, you know, and could have been in first place, could have been in third place. But it shows consistency. Let me explain something to you. I got some, like I said before, I got some ideas coming up where I'm gonna drop a certain type of videos coming up. It's gonna be transparency videos because I'm transparent like that. I'm gonna let you know it's gonna be videos in which people that overperform my expectation, people that underperform my expectation, people to look out for next year, running backs to look out for. More important to me, wide receivers to look out for next year, and when we're about to pick them. One thing I learned this year that I can give an honest assessment about myself, what I've learned, I've never played in a PPR league. And I still to this day haven't played in a PPR league outside of DraftKings and stuff like that. But having people, you know, that's on my actual channel, loyal subscribers, Canoa Built in particular, that, you know, asking me certain things about his PPR. So I've learned certain things. It's like, because I would lean towards running back, but I realized in PPR, that's not necessarily the thing to do. So because a wide receiver 3, range wide receiver 3, like in between 25 and 36, can easily outscore a running back 2 in fantasy. That's a running back 2 is like in between 13 and 24. Because a wide receiver 3 in fantasy can catch 5 balls for 75, and that's 12.5 points in full PPR. But a running back would damn near have to rush for 100 yards and catch a couple passes just to meet that. You just ain't running across 100-yard games like that, you know, so especially if you're a running back too. So, look, I have my own personal feelings about PPR because I don't sit well with a wide receiver catching the ball out in the flat for a yard and fall down, and he get 1.1 points and he didn't do a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Hell, an offensive lineman can catch a ball. We've seen that. You know, so, but it is what it is. Again, that's one of the beauties of fantasy football. This Sunday, I'm dropping, this is Sunday right here, the 9th. I believe it's 9th. I'm dropping this right here because I want to get this out before the game start. Me and my son about to slide up I-95 to go watch the Jaguar game. I'm wearing the Tom Brady shirt because I just wanted to rep Tom Brady for being my fantasy quarterback for the 2 of the 3 leagues I was in. The first one and the third one. And I wanted to let y'all know something too. Because we're about to head up to go to Jacksonville to watch my main man, JT. I'm about to floss, put this shirt on real quick. And then JT gonna wear their side up there today. Gonna run all over them Jaguars. So I'm sliding up from the Daytona area, going up to Jacksonville. Me and my son gonna check that out. We about to bounce in about 10, 15 minutes once I publish this video. So I had 3 shirts. Again, I'm transparent. Tom Brady, quarterback. Jonathan Taylor was my guy for running backs. Tom Brady did fine. Upper tier, finished top? Even though he had that bad week, I'm sure he'll finish in the top 5, maybe even top 4 still. I think he'll still finish top 4, maybe even top 3, I'm sure. That bad week really hurt that 9-point game. So I still is a top 3 quarterback. What do you think? Okay. Jonathan Taylor, say less. Y'all already know I was endorsing him when everybody was scared of him, saying, oh, don't pick him because of Wentz. Wentz is hurting the lineman. Oh my God. Shut the hell up. They're a bunch of pansies. Look, everybody on Taylor nuts now trying to say, oh, you should pick him number 1 and number 2 overall. They go back and they watch my video. I was the only one saying that he was the one that was going to get Derrick Henry hell for the rushing championship. Now, rushing title. Now, of course, the powers to be said, hey, just settle down. Don't rush. Henry, I think that was a money play. Y'all know me, I don't believe shit, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, dude rushed the whole game, and now he got to be out. No, I don't play that. Screw that, I ain't talking about that. But here goes my 3rd shirt. Never got to wear it. Everybody knew he was my guy, my breakout and my guy. And that is Mr. Claypool. Never got to wear the shirt, people. Never got to wear the shirt, Claypool. Kick this damn shirt. Now, mind you, it's not freaking Claypool's fault all the way. Big Ben arm, I would venture to say it's worse than Peyton Manning's arm when it fell off. The dude has an athletic profile. Plus, I was also kind of banking on Deontay Johnson laying it down. Because he get down there and they throw it to him. And plus, he's the possession receiver and everything else. I'm not going to quit on Claypool because I believe in his athletic ability. Just like I believe in Jonathan Taylor as a running back. I didn't care about the pieces that was around him. But what I'm going to do is wait and see what happens in Pittsburgh and see how he grows, okay? Because I believe the coach believes in him as well. And, once he polished things up, dude scored 4 TDs in the game. You can't dismiss that. But I think he'll be fine, and hopefully he don't turn out like a Mike Williams, somebody that scored double-digit TDs early on and then just fell off. Because I think he'll have 1 receiving TD. But he should be the number 1 receiver today because I think Deontay Johnson got COVID, I believe. So, but we'll see, man. Big Ben arm is trash. But that's what's popping. I'm finna slide up the street after I publish this video. I'm probably do a YouTube short out there. And hope you guys enjoy week 18. I got content coming, man. During off season, I'm gonna shoot y'all a video every week. Every week I'm gonna shoot a video. Now what I'm gonna probably do too is I'm gonna make the video, but then I'm gonna make a YouTube short about the video, and I'm gonna pin the video to the top comment in the YouTube short. Because the YouTube short actually reach more people than a regular video. That got like 101 subscribers, so it's not gonna reach that many people. So I put a YouTube short out there talking about blah 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 running backs, and more people will click on it, and more likely to go into it and click on the pinned comment to see the original video. So that's how I do it for the majority of the time. Sometimes I'll just shoot it to y'all. Sometimes I'll put it in the form of a YouTube short and put it in there. So that's what's up. Hey guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what ideas you want to hear. In the comments. Let me know what type of topics you want me to cover, and I'll put it on the list. All right, that's how we rolling. Flawless Fantasy Football. See y'all. Peace.